Hey guys, this is Claudia here from the Bookkeeping Experts. I'm back for one more week of education with QuickBooks Online. Today we're going to have a quick walkthrough on QuickBooks features. So we're going to give you a test drive of what QuickBooks can do for your company. Now keep in mind this is just a quick tutorial. We're not going to be able to dig in deeply into everything, but this is going to give you an idea of what QuickBooks has to offer. Now, if you have any questions and if you want us to cover anything specifically, please write down below. And keep in mind, we have over 100 videos in our channel to choose from with different kinds of tutorial, a little bit more specific on different subjects. Now, if there's a subject you want us to cover, please feel free to write down below. Okay, without much further ado, here we go into QuickBooks Online. There it is. Okay, and this is our simple company, Craig's Design and Landscaping Service. This is first thing I wanted to tell you, and I always share with you, is the view. There's two ways for you to experience QuickBooks. That is the account view or the business view. Okay, so this is and you can actually change back and forth by clicking on the gear menu, and you can change. This is the accounting view. You can switch to the business view by clicking on the blue hyperlink on the top right hand side menu. Okay, so when you click there, you're gonna see things a little bit different, and you can change it back and forth. Switch to accountant view. Okay, so it's just here it doesn't show. This is just a sample account. It doesn't show exactly how it looks on your side, but the more important thing to know is that you can change your interface back and forth between accounting view and business view. All right, so the first thing I wanted to show you, QuickBooks can do several things for your business. One is keep track of all your expenses. Two, you can enter invoices and send to your customers. And three, you can look at reports and see how your business is doing based on the information you enter. Now, the good thing about QuickBooks Online is that yes, it is completely cloud-based. That means you can work from anywhere you want to. So you can be on the plane. As long as you have internet, you can access your books and work, or anywhere pretty much, as long as you have internet access. So that's an advantage. Even on your phone, you can even add receipts on your phone. You can track your mileage on your phone app. That is on your app, and you should, if you have QuickBooks Online, the app is a must. You must have the app because it really facilitates for you, especially like if you're out and about and you have a receipt that you want to enter. You can do it right then. You can snap a picture and enter in QuickBooks Online. So there's several things you can do with QuickBooks Online. The first thing you want to do when you start your account is input your information. They're going to ask you what kind of industry you're in and what do you plan on doing on QuickBooks Online. So that's an important question, because if you want just to track your expenses, so just a simple start is good enough as far as the type of QuickBooks access you want to have. And then the first thing you want to do is to link your bank account. So it's going to be under transactions on the left hand side. If you click on bank transactions, and when you're setting up QuickBooks, it's gonna ask you if you want to set up your bank account right now. And the way you do it, you want to click on link account, and you want to link everything that has to do with your business. You don't want any personal account. And if you have a bank account that is mixed business and personal, I would advise not to link it. Make sure that you open a business account only, because it really creates a lot of problem. The IRS does not like to see those expenses mixed with personal. So keep your business credit card and your business banking with QuickBooks Online, and do not link any personal account unless you use that personal account exclusively for business. Okay, but once again, you want to set up everything right. You want just the business accounts to be here. So, and super simple to link. You're just gonna click on whatever bank account you bank with, and it's gonna ask me for a free trial here. But this is, like I said, this is just a simple account. But that's not what you're gonna see here. When you click on the bank, you would get the opportunity to log into your bank and bring the transactions over to QuickBooks. A couple of things that you want to make sure you select is that, if you are linking a checking account, that it is a checking account. And a few things that is helpful, just put the last 4 digits of the bank account so you know which one you're talking about. If you are linking multiple accounts, you want to make sure that you differentiate them with the last 4 digits of the account that you're linking. As far as credit card goes, the process is pretty much the same. So you would just click on link account, you go to the credit card and log in as if you are on the credit card site. It is encrypted and it's completely safe. So that information is just for you, stays on QuickBooks, and transactions will automatically flow into QuickBooks. Now, when the transactions come through, keep in mind they are not added yet. You still have to add them. And you add them by going through those transactions and categorizing them accordingly, according to the expense and income accounts based on your industry. So you want to go through that walkthrough in QuickBooks Online when you're setting up, where they ask what kind of industry. That's going to help QuickBooks determine what kind of accounts you need to have on your bank, on your chart of accounts, like what kind of expense account, what kind of income account, inventory, and so on and so forth. So that's an important thing. So once you categorize a transaction, it goes then to categorize right here. So there's 3 tabs. For review means it still needs to be added. Categorize means already being categorized and excluded. Now, you do not exclude any transaction unless the transaction is a duplication, which rarely happens. Does it happen? Yeah, sometimes it does. Because, sometimes you may enter a transaction and then you have integration and then comes through again and you don't match, then you have all those duplications. So yes, you can exclude anything that is duplicated, but the idea, you want to combine them by matching. Okay, so a few things to make your life easier. Integration, to integrate anything, a third-party integration such as Square, Shopify, Etsy, PayPal, and so on and so forth. You would click on app transaction and then you can integrate from here, or you can go on the left hand side and go into apps and integrate, search for the app you want to integrate. Okay, receipts, this is where you send your receipts, and we have a video on that, on how to set it up. Very simple. You can send your receipts straight to QuickBooks, and then you would enter the expense and match it in banking. You can click on reconcile to reconcile your bank accounts from here. And rules is another thing that saves you a lot of time, but you need to be very careful. I do have a video on rules. You want to look for that, and it can make your life simple, or it can really complicate your life if you set rules for things you shouldn't, such as if you have an integration for Square, for instance, and income is flowing through, never set up a rule to add your Square transactions as income, because you would be duplicating those incomes, especially if you set it up as automatically add. Never add anything as far as income automatically, unless you don't have any, you don't write an invoice from QuickBooks, you don't have any integration then you could set up income as, auto add, but you should be very careful with that. And from here, you can also access your chart of accounts, which you can access on the left hand side as well. So left hand side, you have your bookmarks. You can put the features that you use the most, and then you have the regular menu. Dashboard will have like a little summary of what's going on in your accounts. It will tell you what's the balance in QuickBooks and your bank. If there is too much of a discrepancy and you have accepted all the transactions, that means there is something wrong here. You definitely need to reconcile your bank accounts, your credit cards, and your liabilities and asset accounts. Okay. All right. So here is on sales. Oh, transaction is where you go into banking and you categorize the transactions, such as we saw when we wanted to link in a bank account. Sales on the left hand side. Here you have access to invoices, your products and service, which is very important, your customer, payment links, estimates, and an overview. Customer leads, if you have integration with SurveyMonkey, your leads are going to be here, and you can send marketing emails and so on and so forth. Reports on the left hand side, that's a very important one. You want to go and explore what kind of reports will help you getting the information you need from QuickBooks Online. Payroll, this is where you add all your payroll, and contractors 1099 right here. Okay, time is where you add all your employees' time information. Your sales tax is right here, and the sales tax will have all the sales tax information reports that you need, including your 1099 filings. My accountant is where you communicate with your accountant. Now, keep in mind, when you click here, you can add your accountant, and once it's added, you can send documents, and it's all encrypted, and it's a great way for you to communicate with your accountant. Okay, banking service, that's the service that QuickBooks have for you if you want to open a bank account with QuickBooks or PPP Center, which we don't have anymore. And finally, commerce. Commerce is gonna have a lot of the apps such as Shopify, eBay, which is actually available under apps and available under banking app transactions. So it's in multiple places here, app. So there's different ways for you to get through where you want to get, or to do what you need to do in QuickBooks Online. So you have the left hand side menu, you have the right hand side menu, which is mostly settings. Okay, this is how you go about settings in QuickBooks Online. Accounts and settings, manage users if you want to add users, custom form styles for your invoices and your and all your forms that you're sending to your clients. Your chart of accounts access is right here, and here we have lists as well, your product and service, which is very important, because when you set up your product and service, you want to make sure everything is correct, because this is going to impact your income statement big time, especially if you miscategorize those products and service. Recurring transactions, if you have like invoice going on every month for the same amount. So attachment, so tags, I have a video on that. Rules, we have another way to access rules. And then you have your regular tools, such as if you want to order checks, import data. So import data would be, sometimes you can import invoices. Now keep in mind that if you have sales tax, importing invoices doesn't work, but you can import like transactions from your bank, and there's products and service, there's your chart of accounts, there's different things you can do it. Import desktop data, export data, so you can send all your information from here. Reconciling your accounts, you can access from here, but there's different ways. Budgeting, if you have Plus and Advanced, you can set up your budgeting. Audit log, if you want to see who's been messing around with your books and making things a little confusing. And then you can contact QuickBooks as well. So your subscription and billing should actually be on accounts and settings as well. So there's different things you can do on this menu. And finally, the plus new is pretty much all your transactions, such as invoice, receive payments, the transactions you actually manually enter, either for your clients or for your vendors, employees, and so on and so forth. There is invoice, sales receipt, credit memo, estimates. Everything is right here. For your vendors, you have all the expenses, bills, but you can pay your bills from here, and so on and so forth. And finally, employees, which is payroll, and other, where you record your deposits. So remember the workflow of QuickBooks for income transactions. You send the invoice, and then you record payment, and then bank deposit is where you access all your undeposited funds or payments to deposit. That's a good one. Here's where you record transfers, transactions, journal entry. We have one on journal entry. Sometimes you may use journal entry quite a bit. Your statements, inventory, quantity adjustments, and pay down credit card. Never use that very much. Or you can add a product and service right here. All right, so different things that you can do in QuickBooks Online. The main thing that you want to use your QuickBooks Online is to be able to know how your business is doing. So there's a couple of things a couple of reports that is very important for you. That's the basics, which is the profit and loss and balance sheet. Profit and loss is going to tell you how you're doing on your business, as far as, for the year, all your income and expenses, and what's your net profit. And your balance sheet will tell you all your assets and your liabilities, and it's in your equity accounts, and it's going to tell you what's your bottom line. If you were to liquidate your company, how much is your company worth? So very, very important. And we have the statement of cash flow, that also is a very important report. Remember, cash is very important to pretty much any company, and you want to keep track of that. All right. So this is kind of a brief review of what QuickBooks is all about. Now, if you want to find out more, like I said, I do have several videos on different subjects. Please feel free to watch them. And if you like this video, if you like the explanations and free tutorials that I put on QuickBooks Online every week, I would advise you to subscribe to our channel. Yeah, subscribe. Click on the button there, and you get those videos pretty much every week. And besides that, like I said, it's free, and we're here to help you. I've been a bookkeeper for a long time, accountant, and a lot of my knowledge is hands-on. So over the past 20 plus years, I've been on QuickBooks Online and learning all kinds of features. Yes, I've been through schools and up to masters in accounting, but I haven't learned all those little things that QuickBooks can do in school and college or anything like that. It was on the everyday working on QuickBooks Online. So I want to share all this knowledge with you. You can't find this knowledge anyplace else. So subscribe to our channel. And if you like this and you want to see more of this, make sure you share with your friends, share with your coworkers, with your family, share with the world. we wanna make sure that we share the love, and we can help you guys. Either you're a bookkeeper or accountant that wants to learn more about QuickBooks, or a business owner that wants to do your books yourself and wants to be on top of your game to be able to take your business to the next level. Yeah, we're here for you. We are here for you to help you out. So let us know how we can help you by writing down below if you want us to cover any specific subject. And I am so glad you spent this time with me today, and I'm looking forward for next week to see you again. And until next time, keep on smiling.